fallen ashes. Get up! Get up! Her glass-like scream penetrates the thin veil of my mind, tested beyond limits. I stumble over myself in clumsy despair. What did I deliberately walk into? Fuming liquid metal stings eyes unfocused. Famished heat wickedly envelops the burning inferno of a hell, provoked by my very own heated desires, an illusion drowning. Flames lick my feet, ravished raw by coal roasting. Chasing dreams, I find myself clawing the edge of a reality farcical. The passion awakening in my sleeping heart, now dying at the hands of a rebel queen defiant. Silver curls, long, tantalizingly dance with the ground, cracking in wondrous awe. Her grand ruby crown, arrogantly bemused at my performance pathetic. Agile ballerina limbs, poised even in fury unspoken. Skin olive silk, perspiring elaborately beneath burnt orange flames. Thoughtful, sea-green eyes, intensely watchful. Her nonchalant milk-white dress carelessly on fire. Nothing at all deterring her will, willfully determined. The boxing ring from the dirtiest corner of hell, alive in chaotic chatter. The searing earth smoldering in the wake of this wicked madness. Starving flames licking savagely at the boundary, confining me within its fierce walls. The stench of burning flesh stinging my nostrils flared. The ashes dance with my curly, frazzled mess. Why did I follow my heart naive? I had charted waters mad in hope blind. Reality dipping slowly in insanity prevailing. Wiping beads of sweat from a throbbing brow, I leaped to my feet again. Toes small, scolding, every bone dying to die. The rebel queen sneering at unspoken defeatist thoughts aloud. Razor claws digging in skin beautifully bruised. A match easily unmatched. Thrown off guard by the piercing gaze of the rebel society goddesses, I fumble against rope, sweating profusely. Quick thinking escapes, a brain rattled. My poor brain. I hadn't expected the arrival of the mighty fresh lime army to grace such dark waters, yet here they were. The squealing cheers of their surprising collective support, breaking my resolve unfocused. Without any provocation, an intoxicated Absalom puffs hungry smoke in my distressed face, his purple, wrinkled body cool against my explosive heat. Thankfully, the rebel queen temporarily blurred. Be like water, my friend, he slurs in a slow Asian accent. My head snaps back, anticipation tingling in my gut. Instinct is fueled with the need to survive. With quick, jerky movements, cowardly, I duck hastily, her furious fists catching Muhammad Ali's eye surprised. He vanishes beneath layers of rainbow smoke. Absalom's disgruntled huff loud amongst the rising rebellion. You cannot hide from the truth, her velvet voice rings in quivering hell. A sea of floating silver goddess glaring beneath a halo of light white chant in a trance blind. Their language an ancient mantra, almost familiar to my ears throbbing, the collective noise deafening. I roll my body to a corner, hoping Absalom appears with his bongo to ease my painful pain. Luckily, my fragile vessel is yanked firmly from this nightmare surreal by twig fingers. Vulgarly dropped amid snowflake candy floss, I sizzle beneath the icy coolness. I look up, my voice brittle. Thank you, grand tree. He shakes, violently cold. Where are we? I ask. We both glance quickly at the lime soldiers building a lopsided snowman, an army enthralled in joyful silence. Concentrating deeply, they are unaware of my presence. 1979, where all beginnings begin. The grand trees reply, reflective. I spread my limbs, my metal wax bumpily solidifying randomly. I let out a choked sigh. I was born winter 1979. The grand lime tree shrugs a branch slowly. Well, then you should know why you are here. A sadness lingers in his sultry tones. Moist eyes avoid burning ones. Something is wrong. You should choose your battles wisely, tiny warrior. His voice, barely audible, echoes. My desire, simple, a new purpose. Yet here I am, battered, because clearly I have again missed the point. What truth am I hiding from? And why start here to uncover it? I didn't get much chance more to ponder. The ground groans ungratefully underneath my bones, shattering. It is a mark of rebellion failed. The rebel queen, a victorious leader of a kingdom enthralled. No mercy for my futile weakness granted. I didn't belong in their world. I am shaken from my swirling thoughts by a gaping hole greedily swallowing me up. Abruptly, I find myself falling down a rabbit hole. Down, 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 down. I fall in a void dark. The grand tree's sadness lingering in the earthy spice between us. I close my eyes, blotting out his image weary. Landing ungraciously on my back, tired arms limp and unladylike legs spread across the unwelcome floor. From my clumsy heap, my eyes catch his amber flickering. Swinging boldly on the glass chandelier, his face a mask stern. Something is certainly wrong. A loose pale shirt recklessly thrown over his midnight chest broad, teasing senses perplexed. Silk emerald Aladdin pants loosely swaying around his legs. He throws arms wild above his head. His afro in a bun high scrapes the edges of the suspicious ceiling, bewildered at this unwanted intrusion. Both uncaring in their attitudes reckless. Light casts shadows over his angles sharp. I moan, crawling to my feet, agonized, every bone creaking in a complaint unanimous. Ragdoll-like, I stand unsteadily. Clearing my throat dry, I take a slow glance around the intimately abandoned tea party. With acrobatic somersaults, the Mad Hatter lands before his audience imaginary. Curtsying like a ballerina waif, a grin toothy spreads across his cheerful face. Why, hello, Tin Warrior. My voice croaks a reply in a garbled mess. Wonderland? Really? It's my home. I couldn't give this a miss, now could I, oh so little one? He lets out a laugh evil. Eyes rolling, he wriggles his finely shaped eyebrows. Having fun, are you? His voice dripping in concern fake. Jesting, he takes a finger to softly touch my cheek, bluish purple. Apparently, I have to begin at the beginning to find my truth. Sounds about right? No? Yes? No? Maybe. Popping a grape large in his mouth, he stares unashamedly, my shoulder a blasé shrug. I have no idea what she expected. I wasn't expecting an initiation. I was hoping my purpose might surface. I can't enjoy this soulless journey. Oh, but that's no good for a queen. No, she must break me down before a colossal goddess gang. The humiliation even horrified. My throat hissing. Maybe that was the purpose. Nothing is ever black and white, my dear. His voice is a whisper. The air around us gathering in a current feisty. My hair stands on its unruly wild ends. The thudding of my heart thunderous. Energy exploding to electric life in the whirlwind gathering momentum. He observes, a statue silent. Fear licking to life in my gut. The violent knocking on the wooden door, frightening the both of us. Let it go, purrs the rebel queen. Her presence invisible yet equally intimidating. Let us in! Let us in! Let us in now! Shriek the collective tribe of unwanted familiar strangers through the cowering door. Panic surges in my body, every fiber urging my feet to run. As I turn towards the door, the large hand of the imposing huntsman yanks my curls from their roots. I am going to kill you, smash you to tiny pieces. Don't test my patience, you stupid, stupid, useless bitch. He spits on my face, teeth sharp stabbing at my already violated arm. Then, without any indication, he shimmers into the evil Queen Mother, Her fingers fine, delicately stroke my mane rebellious. Venom drips from her tongue poisonous. She hisses, her snake tongue slapping my cheek raw. It's only a matter of time. You will die a lonely, miserable fool, unloved, unwanted, useless. Always a fool, a desperately pathetic fool. I push her away, my fingers scratching her white neck swan-like, her fading cackle thin in my ears. In her place appear the 3 cloned stepsisters, fair, tall maidens with locks gracing their knees, grim eyes like melting chocolate sweet, rosebud lips curled in a sly snarl permanent. Dear, dear sister, daydreaming of a better life still? You know the sad truth? You are nothing but a waste of space. Nothing. You are nothing. No one cares if you live or you die. No place anywhere for your kind. It would be so much easier if you were dead. Then we can all live in peace, in a world rid of your filth. The cruel laughter punishing the darkest corners of my heart. The desperation to break free from their hold surging in my gut. I grab a saucer, bright yellow, from the nearest table, terrified. It shatters loudly as hairy claws of the wolf from Red Riding Hood snake their way down my already purple ink stains. It's been a long while, sister, his growl deliberately pronounced. The sound tearing strips from my soul. I swallow my fear. This was not happening again. It would not happen again. With a forceful power rising within, I cock my head, our eyes meeting. His ugly mouth moves. It's always good to see you die, sister. I don't let him finish. His words silenced on his vile, decaying lips. In a swift movement, I smash my head into his hideous face, my desperate fingers tearing skin in my frenzy manic. Enough! Enough! It is enough. I am no longer afraid of you. I fear no one. I refuse to play your games of evil manipulation. I am no longer part of your violent hate. I disown this history, this lineage, this fear. I am my own person. I will never be this ugly vileness. My soul will not be defiled. I am my own truth. No more. No more. Rage hysterical, a beast sleeping ignites my entire being. It's a mocking slap across my cold face. The pain of burning bones harsh against eyes watery. Again, a hand reaches out. Blindly, I swing my pounding fist. It collides artistically against bones crushing. Blood red stains my fingers weeping. Senses alive gain consciousness. Oh God, I'm so sorry, I sob painfully. The Mad Hatter's disfigured face, blurring before my tears ashamed. Unaffected by my outburst surprising, he pulls me close in an embrace warm, his fingers touching my wounds, the drumming of his heart soft. He coils gentle hands in my messy mop of curls, his soothing murmur erasing my racing anxiety. We have to let the past go. To authentically discover ourselves, we must face our demons. You cannot hold your emotions or fears. Our demons reappear in many forms without warning. It is the cycle of life. It is how we react to them that account for our growth. Every reappearance will show you progression. Amongst my inner noise, the persistent door banging is unnoticed until now. The Mad Hatter grins, pointedly staring at his feet. This is not the time to cry me a river, he orders. Before I remark, both of us begin to sprout taller at a pace increasing. Uh-oh, says the Mad Hatter sheepishly. I stare at our feet gigantic, growing more as he speaks. Believe it or not, I was lured. It's a plot, you see. Actually, I was seduced to eat it. I couldn't help myself. I burst into hysterical giggle, my insides free from the violence buried long, the present liberating. You ate the cake, knowing the story? I laugh incredulously. Flippantly, he tosses an elegant hand in the air. As he does, the stubborn door caves a little. What are you waiting for, starry groove stars? Let's get the hell out of here. He stamps his feet impatiently. instructing them in a strict, father-like command. Groove stars? They're my shoes, by the way. And that is in no way their name, Dorothy dear. I remark laughter lurking in the shadows. Finders keepers, losers weepers. My enchanted shoes roar to life on the Mad Hatter's giant feet, the teal and orange ink patterns swirling into action, the encoding of their hidden powers brimming to a surface reserved. Shaking from the fear of the moment before, they whimper as they begin to bask in their vibrant light. Ignited by the energy positive of hope, they spring into action. But they choke and die before they fire up again. In hazy cloud, they launch into the sky in a puff of glitter golden. Stealing doth not count as finding, I shout over the rockets ablaze on his beaming flippers. Beneath our wild storm, the door remains unbroken, albeit beaten a little. As we fade into nothingness, my fingers laced with his, I ask, finally, are we running from our present moment? Music sways against my ear, his words stark. No, my dear, it's choosing when to stop and walk away. We are choosing our battles wisely, especially when our dormant truth is awoken. Together, as delicate essence, engulfed in the arms of the wind, we float. My attention is drawn to life below us. Under the protective gaze of the grand lime tree, the rebel queen and her goddesses perform a dance tribal to the calling of music soul-searching. Their limbs an enchanting cocktail of harmony. Glowing limes floating in serenity, their twinkles illuminating amongst the midnight palette. My scent hangs in the wind. She looks up, her turquoise gaze sincere. To live, one must not hold the past. We bury our truths, swallow our rage. You, my precious, are beyond what you see right now. You will return to us, my creatively maladjusted goddess, but not before your time. Live, my friend, live. The hammering of raindrops drowning her. I cling to the Mad Hatter, unsure of anything more than his tenderness in this moment we share as one.